Hey everyone. So, taking a bit of a break from Uncharted 3, back with the Battlefield 3 beta. Make sure I have all my stuff. So yeah, looks like we're defending. So this is day 1, 2, what is it, like 4 or 5? I don't know, there's still no patch for this game, which kind of pisses me off. Why the developers haven't released a patch, I have no idea, but they haven't. This game is in desperate need of a patch. Desperate need. So, get those patches up, EA. Actually, I really don't think that they're gonna do a patch. I think, you know, if... The problem is the glitches, of course. The glitches just ruin it. The overall game is fine. It handles really good. You get used to it, and, you know, some stuff kind of pisses me off with, like, dying too quickly. I mean, they could, like, increase the health, but once you get used to it and everything, it's pretty much addicting. So, like that. It's like you wouldn't even how to even die. You know, I didn't get any indication of, you know, no one ever I never heard any fires, you know, any bullets hit me or any gunfire. It's stuff like that that, you know, needs to be fixed. I mean, the game looks great. The game looks fine. They just took out this whole thing. So, I haven't played this for like a day or two, so excuse me if I'm a little bit rusty. I've been playing with the Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception multiplayer, which is a lot of fun as well, you know. But I still want to give this game, you know, I still want to play this game. I've been unlocking a couple stuff, which is nice. I just want to play it longer, that's all. You know, because it is a lot of fun. So, I have not tested the Xbox 360 version out. So, let's see about that. How I didn't even hit that guy is beyond me. RPG, fantastic. But yeah. I think another thing that's why this beta is getting a little bit more boring is because they only have one map out. I mean, next week, or it's actually this week since it's Sunday, this week they said that they're going to release another map. And apparently, I think the PC people already have that map. So, it'd be nice to get some more maps in here, because we need some variety, you know. I pretty much know this map, you know, left and right. Know where everyone's going to be coming out, know what the good places are, you know. I can't see anyone because of the names. There's a guy. You know, the game's not hard to play. The glitches make it hard to play. But really, once you get the hang of how it feels, it's really it's a lot of fun. It's like I know where people are going to be coming out of now. And that's just from, you know, me spending how many ever hours I spend in this beta, you know. But I know how to be tactical about it. I know the way people are going to play. I know what paths people are going to take. You know, it's just time. Everyone's going to take a different path, of course, but for God's sakes. I just got like 1 billion kills there. Literally. Someone defuse A. Nope, they didn't defuse A. See, stuff like this, like enemies going through the ground and then killing you, I mean, it's not fair. It needs to be fixed immediately. But, you know, I tweeted to Battlefield, and I'm sure many, you know, millions of people left it on their forums saying, look at the glitches, can you please patch them? They're not patching them. Which is just, it baffles me. It's like, do you not want your beta to be a success? Or is this really the beta? Is this the alpha trial? Did they just, you know, do nothing and is this the alpha trial? You know? It may also be is that they're not going to fix the problems because of the amount of people that are playing it. They know that everyone who purchased the Medal of Honor Limited Edition automatically got into this. This isn't a private beta like Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 had a private beta. I was invited into it. I played it. You know? That was a private beta. Don't shine the light in my face. But you know, this game, you know, I'm not gonna change my. I'm still gonna pick it up. You know, I'm not. This beta isn't gonna discourage me because knowing how big of a game this is and how fun the multiplayer is in Battlefield. You know, I always loved the multiplayer in Battlefield. Wasn't a big fan of the Bad Company 2 campaign, but to be honest, that's the only Battlefield retail game I played. I didn't play the first Bad Company. I didn't play Battlefield 2. I only played Battlefield Bad Company 2 in 1943. So, being that, you know, that being said, see, that guy just died, you know, delayed action. That being said, I'm sort of a newbie to this series, you know, so I really don't know if this is like, I can see some elements of Bad Company 2 in here, but it looks like a completely different experience. But who knows? This may be like, you know, they might be trying to redo the Battlefield 2 series. But look at my score, you know, 13-8. It's only because, you know, of the way I play. You know, I'm not. A lot of people say be tactical about this stuff, you know, but in all honesty, you know, this isn't like Bad Company 2. There's a lot more people just rolling around. There's different areas to get shot in. You really gotta hold your own here. Don't ever think the game's like hard to play because you're not doing well. I mean, just spend a little bit more time in it. You have to really evaluate what you're gonna do. You know, you might look at my gameplay, for example, and say, geez, how you're just like running around, you're just shooting everyone. You know, I'm a very fast-paced player. You know, I move around a lot, and I think that's why it sort of makes me hard to kill in, you know, this game or any game, for instance, because it's the way I play. You know, I don't stand in one place and just guard a specific objective. I move around, I try to flank, I go around, you know, I come up from behind them. That's just me being, you know, tactical about what I do. You know, and someone's playstyle may be as simple as this. You know, they may come over here and just go like, okay, I'm gonna defend it like this. I can't sit there that long. I really can't. I gotta be going over here. I gotta be getting them as they come up the escalator. Be turning around and look, as a result for me doing that, I can get them from behind. Doesn't mean that, you know, they aren't gonna get me from behind, but look, I got a kill like that. It would have taken me much longer if I just would have, you know, gone just stood there, you know, the whole time and just guarded it. You know, people are either gonna approve of my playstyle or they're gonna disapprove of it. They're gonna say, oh, I can't do that, and blah 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 blah. But the practice is, like, in games like this, you don't always want to stand out in the open as well, you know? Don't ever think, I'll just stand out into the open, you know, unless you're being guarded by your teammates. You know, because the enemies always suspect you to stand with your teammates. They already expect you to be where you are. The point is to surprise them. I'm sorry, to surprise them. So that, you know, you can pick them off one by one. We need 2 more kills. But we needed 2 more kills to win the game, right there. Where's my finger? Oh, there it is. We need 2 more kills. And they blew up the objective. You know, I'm not sitting here with my headset on and, you know, playing as a Battlefield person should play. You know, this is a very squad-based game. You're supposed to get in here with your friends and talk and say, I'll flank left, you'll flank right. You know, I'm not like that. But I'm not going to stand up here and wait for them to come either. I want to get them as they're coming, you know? I know people are going to come over here. I know they're going to come this way because this is just one of those tactical ways to go. And as a result, you know, I get a kill. I could have sworn my reticle was pointed right on him. But yeah, a lot of people are gonna say, you know, I'm disappointed with this. This isn't what I expected for Battlefield. I expected it to be, you know, a really ripping experience. It may, and now, you know, you can say, hey, you know, this is very action-packed. This is a much more fast-paced Bad Company game than before, and that's proven in the gameplay. People are moving around more often. You know, that's proven. Is that okay? You know? Don't ever be impatient while you're shooting someone either. Let them come to you. Like, I saw that guy's head right there. And I was shooting at it and the bullets didn't go, of course, but hey, that's just me, alright? I get revived. Also, a lot of you guys just automatically aim down the sight. You shouldn't do that. Like, if he's close to you, then just aim from the hip and just burst, you know? Objective A was armed. I shouldn't be considered a fantastic player at this game, because I'm not. I'm just playing the game the way it's meant to be played, you know? Simple as that. You may be playing with a Call of Duty perspective, per se, and that's going to fail. You may say, oh, I'm just going to, you know, rapidly fire at everything and aim down the sight at everything, and, you know, I didn't ask for this weapon. And, you know, just run up straight to the enemy and try to knife him. That's not going to work. By the way, I suck at sniping. I don't know if I said that before, but thank God he killed me. But yeah, I mean, 22 and 17. It's not a fantastic score. It really isn't. I got the most kills though, but look at the way I'm playing versus everyone else. I know they want that objective. I know B's the most imperative. And I know I didn't choose this class. But that's just the way I play. Alright, so next vid, guys.